Welcome to Small But Mighty, a limited series for solopreneurs and small business owners excited to explore the concept of less is more when it comes to business. If you've ever worried that your platform or your email list or your following is too tiny or your resources are too limited to make the money you want and to reach the people that you know need you, I'm here to prove otherwise. Inside these exclusive episodes, you'll meet solopreneurs who turned their modest beginnings into powerful breakthroughs and results, no giant budget, no hype, just genuine, scrappy success. Ready for a serious dose of inspiration? Dive in and remember, your business might be small, but you are mighty. My guest today is Dr. Sue. She is an expert at midlife transformations, mother to three astoundingly awesome daughters, wife to a hot AF husband, gray hair and reading glasses included, doctor of pediatrics, and absolutely obsessed with showing mamas how to tap into innate wisdom so life becomes less who forgot to unload the dishwasher and more life is good. I'm legit excited to get up and start the day. I adore this woman. I'm so grateful that she could join us and share a little bit about her journey and some of the small but mighty actions she has taken that have led to some really big results in her business. I'm so excited to chat with you today, and just it's wonderful to see your face. And
Oh, thank
yeah,
you. It's fun to be back here in front of you. It's so fun.
so fun. You were just saying before we hit record that we attract the coolest people. Like our little girl business community is full of so many gems, so many super interesting, dynamic people, like all over the place, doing all sorts of different things.
Just
All
amazing things, amazing work in
amazing
the
things.
world.
Yeah, and like such big-hearted, open, wonderful humans, you included.
Ah,
And I
thank
love
you.
you for
Thank you.
recognizing that and witnessing that because
Absolutely.
it really is magic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about the energy and what everyone brings and just yeah, the collective, like that collective energy together. I'm like, I need to be a part of that. I need to get in there.
Yeah.
Right?
You're inspiring me big time to keep going with this idea of creating a more consistent community because like
Hmm.
I just want to hang out with you and all
Exactly.
the other cool people who come through growth quizzes, and we get to make friends and maintain those friendships throughout the life of our business. Like, heck yeah.
Yeah, and you learn so much just being a fly on the wall. Even if you don't have a question, you're just like
Yeah.
soaking up just gems all the time by other people's questions and input.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you for cultivating and creating that. Yes, I'm sending you lots of energy to manifest that baby.
Thank you. Thank you for, yeah, being one of those people. I love what you've created, and witnessing your whole journey has been such a joy, for real. And you're on the other side of it, like fairly recently on the other side of creating
I
your
just I
your
just remember
um,
showing up that one day. That's the thing about this community is like I remember just showing up and just like spilling it. You know what I mean? It was like it was just one of those ugly moments. And I was like, I just get to be ugly in front of all of you. I, I ran into that huge obstacle, right? Of like the back end system just not working and like people fleeing. And I was like, ah, and having to jump and create a whole nother back end, which means recreating everything. And, you never start from the beginning, but yeah, you've seen me through a lot of growth.
oh man, yeah. I sometimes wish that I just had that on like speed dial, when shit's just hitting the fan, like just emergency group call with a bunch of wise people who know what to do. But yeah, you've
Yeah, I mean,
really
sometimes all you
shown
need to
up.
do is just be witness, right? It's just like being witnessed in the ugliness
Mhm.
of it all. Like, just witness me because everyone knows, like, they've been there too. And it's just like a bunch of moms too sitting around being like, "Ooh, you
Yeah,
did that, went off the rails." Yeah, I've been there too.
yeah,
Then everything just feels better. Yeah.
Yeah, we all have many, many stories of going off the rails. Oh man. Well, you're back on the rails and things are rolling along. You are straddling, like working as a physician, right?
Hmm.
And building your coaching business on the side.
Yes.
And you have kiddos and a life
Yes.
and a lot going on.
Yeah. And I
What was
would say too, like, this is like my sixth entrepreneurial
right?
business, the coaching one. And so in between the first, which is my longest one yet, which is 22 years in the making, which is pediatric practice, which I love and adore,
Yeah.
um, is all these different evolutions, right? Of like trying things on, seeing does that fit? No, that doesn't quite fit, and changing. I've done everything from nonprofits to network marketing, to now coaching. And I feel like, wow, I've landed on my second calling. And like my first calling is definitely pediatric medicine, holistically, doing it holistically for kids, and now, coaching midlife women. Um, yeah, so it's been a journey, and my kids are older, so they're in high school and college. But would you believe that the college kiddo is probably the one I talk to the most?
Really?
So if you're worrying about your kids fleeing and never calling you, think again.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah. Aw,
It's
wow.
scrumptious, really.
Yeah. Yeah. How long have you been coaching then? Like what's been
I've
the
only been co- I've only been coaching for 2 years.
hmm
And so my evolution with the quiz, which is really cool, is to build my audience, right? One of the things that we need is, followers, subscribers,
hmm
um, seeds. You call them seeds, right?
Yeah, our little
Love
seed.
that. Our little seeds is to do summits. So my very first summit is when I actually met you, not directly. But what happened was, in a summit, everybody has an opt-in, and three of the people had quizzes as opt-ins, and one of them blew the absolute socks off of me. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I feel completely seen and heard." I was like, "What is this? Where did you get this? What is happening here with Dr. Laura
Yeah.
Faulkner?"
Yeah.
and and Dr. Laura's like, "Well, it's ShanzyZack.com. Have you heard of her?" And I'm like, "No." But your whole team like helped her.
hmm
Um, and it was that was my kind of intro into you. And I was like, I want to create this. Like, I want this for people. Like, I want to help other people feel this seen and this heard and this understood without me ever having a conversation with them. That was really my intention, right? When I first started with the quiz, which was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And the quiz evolution, I started with like the quick and dirty course, the online course, and just got something up.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was like very proud of it, like looking
Yeah.
back, I'm like, oh, that's a little rough. But I mean, when I put it up, I was very
Yeah.
proud.
Yeah.
And then it's gone through, several evolutions. And this last one, like I have some serious help on the back end of like setting up the funnel and the nurturing and what that leads to and all of that kind of strategy behind it.
hmm Yeah. You leveled up
Yeah.
big time. And this
Yeah.
experience is happening and the offer that you created, like all of it.
All of it. Yeah. And the funny thing is like, this is probably so true for so many people listening, right? Like you're in the creation process and it starts with one thing and all of a sudden it evolves to another. And I'm like, oh, I created a quiz. And then, oh, now I'm creating a group coaching program. I didn't even realize I was doing that, but that's what's happening. I mean, there's a bit of this evolution of like this, you
hmm
you start with one thing, and my sole intention was to create something that they felt so seen and heard and understood, that we would be connected as I felt when I read Dr. Laura's first, quiz result for me.
Yeah. I'm so curious what result you got now from Laura's. Do you
From
remember?
Laura's, I was the
Oh
archer.
yeah, beauty. I remember working on her quiz and you created something that I feel is equally impactful. Do
Mm,
you feel that? Are you getting feedback from people who like feel the
I
way you
do.
did when you took
I
the course?
I think obviously I'm an influencer type personality. So when something hits strong with me, like you're gonna hear it back.
Yeah.
I was joking with Laura. I was like, I think I'm like your greatest promoter. Just go take her quiz, right?
Yeah.
And I do feel that, and I do hear that. Like I do have people like just hit reply and be like, wow, that's pretty much me, you
Yeah.
know.
What just happened?
Um, yeah, and I think that to me is like the best part of it is just creating this, connection. And then I'm not a numbers person. I I I love numerology. But doing all the numbers, like as part of the beautiful hired help that I get. But when we ran the numbers, like for the percentage change before I had my quiz to after in terms of the percentage change of customers was 157% change, which is just like what? And then with revenue, it was a 352% change, which I still look at that number and I'm like, really? Like, really? But
Yeah.
I guess that's where they always say like connection is currency, right? Connection is currency.
Yeah.
And what I'm really seeing now, like I'm only 2 years into this business where now what we've created, like actually true, what strangers to me, right? So the customers up until this last evolution they've known me like through the years or through the decades and all my evolutions of
Yeah.
entrepreneurialism.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and now these last ones, they're really complete strangers. Like they don't know me at all, which tells me that like our copy is converting, like our copy is
Mhm.
connecting with them in a way that they can know, like, and trust and say yes
Yeah.
to, being a client.
Yeah, it's like feels like one of the big tests and one of the big leaps in coaching specifically because it's such an intimate profession.
Mm-hmm.
Like you need to have know, like, and trust established before someone's ever even going to consider working with you as their coach. And
Mm-hmm.
so I talk to so many coaches who start and they're they have a network from previous careers and just existing, and that's where they're getting their clients to start. And that jump that happens when you stop relying on your network and
Mm-hmm.
and existing relationships is huge in like proof of concept and knowing that you get the person that you serve,
Mm-hmm.
which like
Mm-hmm.
you absolutely do. And now you're getting that proof, and it's like you just pour gasoline on the fire.
Yeah. Yes. Which is all the more stuff that I get to learn, right? Of
Yes.
pouring gasoline on the fire. I remember when at the end you were like, okay, Sue, time to go. Like, go do those posts, go
Yeah.
get out there
You
on
built
social
the
media.
engine. You built the
Yeah.
engine, and now it's like, okay, let's fuel the engine.
Hmm.
So, you want to talk about that a bit, like the traffic to the quiz and where you're at with that? Because
Yeah.
that's a big, consistent, ongoing thing.
Right. So I feel like it's been a process of like first get the quiz up and then be consistent, like you call it your soil, right? Where like for me it's newsletters. So I'm in their inbox every 2 weeks with really high value content like yours. Like mine is actually modeled after yours.
Well,
It has 3 sections, right? So it and that was my first was like, okay, I've got to really establish connection. And I gained trust with them with this quiz and the results. Now continue that consistency. And then driving new traffic there, I chose to do Pinterest. So on social media, because of the combo of social and SEO, and I've been very consistent on Pinterest for organic traffic, but it's like baby, right? I mean, it's just such baby steps. And then my other is podcasting, and getting, spreading the word through getting on other people's podcasts that, are connected with people that I could serve and equally likely serve their audience and make it a win-win.
Yeah.
And now I'm laughing because I'm jumping into ads and like creating my first ad ever. I've never created an ad in all of these entrepreneurial endeavors
Yeah.
since 22 years ago, starting as a pediatric physician. My advertising was my in-laws going like from place to place, like dropping my cute little business cards,
Oh,
right?
that's so sweet.
That was my advertising. And then it was word of mouth. And I think that's the thing that, like, even I'm just in the beginning. And so the numbers are not impressive at all in terms of like getting people traffic to there. I feel encouraged by, yeah, like it's a process, it's happening, and you're able with the machine that you've created, you are able to connect and convert a complete stranger to a client. So
Yeah.
it gives me promise and hope.
Yeah. Yeah. What is that looking like then? You've got people coming in through the quiz, and then
Hmm.
largely are they joining your membership? Are you getting one-on-one clients?
Largely the membership.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the way the membership is set up is that you can't see the membership from the website. The only access to the membership is through the quiz.
Yeah.
So as soon as people take the quiz, they have 2 weeks to say yes to the membership, which is group coaching essentially, and a community, like
Yeah.
a private community. And so yes, that's where I see the conversion. And it's also the lowest price point, right? So it allows them to sort of gain like and trust without putting out a bunch of dinero into
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah, totally. And I love what you've created. Like, are you having fun? Are
Oh
you
my gosh.
going to those calls just so stoked?
So stoked. And like, so, it's funny because 2 years ago was when I realized, wow, like I'm going to be a coach. Like, this is it. Like, I didn't even know what that was going to happen because I had kind of semi-retired right before. Like, I'm done. I'm going to finish out this pediatrics thing. Like, I don't know. I've done 5 other businesses and it's just not working.
Yeah.
And then I stumbled upon into this of coaching. And when I look back, and I think so many of us forget to do that, like look back and how far you've come, and so just from 2 years ago, sending out a random email to my current list and saying, hey, I'm gonna try this coaching thing. Who says yes? Right.
Yeah.
From there to a year ago, I said, I think I can do this because I love tarot numerology. I was like, wow, I could do this in a group coach setting for moms around, the influence of each number. And like right now we're in an 8 energy month. What does that mean for a mama? Right. Tapping into all that goodness. I was like, wow, I could do that. And
Yeah.
then lo and behold, like less than a year later, I am doing that. Right. And I was just saying with my numerology accountability partner, like how much we do accomplish and we forget to like acknowledge like, yeah, I said we're there, right? And instead we're just on to the next thing, the Pinterest ad. Right? It's just like,
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. How do I make this thing bigger and better? And
yeah.
I mean, which is great, but you're right. You got to look at all that you've built and created and
Hmm.
like all the somethings that you've made out of nothing. That's
Truly.
amazing. Yeah.
And it's great, exactly what you said. It's great energy. I'm always like fired up, after meeting one on one with a one on one client or this group coaching. I love group because I just like your group, it's just like the energy of it all. Like
Yeah.
sometimes, like you too, you just sit back and you're like, all right.
Yeah,
this
totally.
this is happening. You guys are doing it
Yeah.
all, right? And it's
Yeah,
just
the
such a
incredible
beautiful.
genius humans in the room just take over and it's like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, it's just that collective energy of us all being in there, and that I think is just divine. I will always chase that and be in that. I think it's just lovely.
Hmm. Yeah, and you created it. You created it for yourself. And
Mm.
yeah, it's been so cool to witness you in that,
Oh, thank
truly.
you.
Thank you so much for being willing to share the behind the scenes of what that's looked like and your numbers and
Absolutely.
everything. What would you
Yeah,
say
and
to someone?
also I would say also I want to like mirror that. That's something I admire about you is your transparency.
Mm.
Like how many of us have heard just just do this and it's going to be, you know. And I feel like you really you really take us into the nitty-gritty of, you know, and with true numbers about like what it took for you to launch your, you know, first course, I think is what it was. And all of us look at that number and we're like, yikes. Like, you know, and also like that's what it takes for you to learn how to do the first course, like honoring it. And I would say to that, that's what I would pass on to the next person who I feel like already knows this, but just let's hear it all again. Whatever you're creating right now is perfect. Like is exactly what it's supposed to be for your, you know, spirit and soul to grow here. And that's what I feel like soulful medicine is just my offering to the world. And all that I learned through it, through humility and, and all of it is just like awesome. bring
Yeah.
bring the next one, you know. Not only humility, but like it's all like the wow and also the amazing, all of it together. Like I'm in it, you know.
Hmm.
My
Hmm.
soul is totally here for it. It's really cool.
That is like such a refreshing perspective.
Mm,
Yeah. I was just listening to the Gene Keys yesterday. I'm so
yeah.
into that book. And like he was talking about how so often most people like we're stepping on stepping stones that we've stepped on a million times before and we're just going in these circles, right? And to actually step out of that pattern and into something new and unknown takes tremendous courage
Mm,
because it's truly a novel experience and we're
yes.
so used to our ingrained patterns. And so, like, to step out of that and try something new, which you've done more times than we can count, sure. But like with
That-
entrepreneurship and all those different journeys, like each time it takes that willingness. And yeah, here we are.
I mean,
So,
I like to vision like a spiritual team on the other side being like, go Sue,
oh yeah,
like,
oh yeah, there they are. They're like, come on, jump, jump, jump.
oh, keep going, keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do. I got to keep the humor about it for sure. And just, yeah, for me, it's just one step in front of the other. And I think the big thing that I'm in right now is releasing attachment. Like releasing attachment. Like all my misery comes from my expected results. Like I expect this and I got that. Like I expected to jump in, you know, to Pinterest ad and like launch the ad. Nope, you get technical issues. That's
yeah,
what you get,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Sit with that.
So and that's where I feel like I am on the journey is just like releasing all expectations. Like that's where all my pain and suffering comes from. So release it and have fun,
Yeah,
enjoy it.
yeah, yeah, and know why you're doing it, right? Like,
Hmm.
and the technical issues are a little bit less painful, but
Yeah.
still
And
not
that
or not
it's
completely.
it's so true because like as you know my purpose is all about kids. Like my purpose is like passionately serving kids in this way. Like I may never meet them. Like I get emotional just thinking about all the kids and the ripple effect. Like I'll never even meet these. I meet their mamas, but I may never meet
Yeah,
them. And like still it's like they're learning from their moms like these divine like pearls of wisdom and ways of being and just unlocking it all for their kids. And so that, like, I'll always lock into that and just like,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah. It's just, it's not like the gun or the drug or that. That's not the problem. It's like the emotionally charged being who's picking up that thing. That's the problem. And we all have power and source to change that, you
absolutely.
know, if we know how. So that's my
Mhm.
mission. Raise the vibration of the world through mamas
Start with
for
the
the kids.
mamas. Yeah. Yeah. Raise the
Like,
vibration
no,
of the ones who are raising the humans of the future.
of the future. Like no one gets into this physical world without coming through a mother.
Yeah.
You know, like we are the gateway, right? So it's just like when you think about that, where you're like, whoa, that's a the
Truly.
powerful responsibility that we have. So,
Okay, I just heard this poem last night, and I'm gonna send it to you as soon as
ah,
we hang up. I gotta find it for you, and I'll put it in the show notes too, if anyone wants
hmm,
to listen to like a
thank
really
you.
powerful poem about that mama energy.
Mm,
And yeah, you're bringing it. I'm so, that just makes me so happy that you've created something that can help you reach more
yay.
moms, that can help you change more children's lives, and
Hmm.
thus like truly change the world. That's,
Totally.
yeah.
Amen. So be it, and so it is.
And so it is.
Yay.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you,
here, Sue.
Shanti.
Where
Thank
can we take your
you.
quiz? Where can we learn more about your work?
DrSueMcCreadie.com.
Amazing. We'll link to it in the show notes too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Small But Mighty. I really hope these stories sparked some fresh ideas and proved that you don't need a giant following to make a serious impact. Now, if you want my help to build your own mighty email list and create consistent, reliable sales in any season of your life or business, get on the wait list for my Grow with Quizzes program. In it, you will discover the exact step-by-step systems and strategies behind my guests' biggest wins and how to adapt them to your own business. I've used this exact system to generate 7 figures for myself and far more than that for my clients and students. And now it's your turn. So head to shantizak.com/grow to get on the wait list. And remember, your audience might be small, but you are mighty. And with the right steps, your impact and your income can be too.